Coach, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Lone Star State and the very mammoth AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Seattle Seahawks and the Dallas Cowboys. Ready to get us started, the Aussie punter and kickoff man, Michael Dixon. And we are underway from AT&T Stadium. This is fielded at the goal line. And a nifty return there as he's all the way up past the 40-yard line.
Well, that return gives him a golden opportunity to go out in front. How will the defense respond after giving up that type of a return?
They're going to bury him in the... A loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 39-yard line.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. They run it for the first time with Tony Pollard. And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things. But the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
He'll look to throw. And he's able to hook up with Michael Gallup. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 43.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Watch right, watch right, watch right. Rip right, rip right.
They'll run on first down. Akers, and he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. On 2nd down, it's Pollard. Oh, he's got some breathing room. Touchdown, Cowboys. Tony Pollard, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point by Seibert up and good, and it's now a 7-0 game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. On the ground, this is Derrick Henry. And he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. It's rare that a man his size can't at least push forward for a yard, but they stopped him there for nothing.
You're talking about Tiny? You talking about the little guy back there? That monster. Yeah, you're exactly right. And it takes a group effort to get a guy like that down and not let him find some space. The first guy in, he's got to take one for the team, right? Because he's just waiting there and holding on for everyone else to help him out.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Wilson, rush coming, and he's taken down. Leighton Vander Esch wreaking havoc with a sack.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Wilson and the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here.
Check. Tighten up. You go tight. You got tight. You got tight right there.
From the shotgun, Wilson. Open man is
Come
Gordon,
on,
complete.
guys.
25 yards
The reason why I
that
can't
time.
beat this dude.
And the key number on that play,
Don't
3.
help me out when I need
Play
the
of the
most.
drive, 3rd down, spectacular catch, turns into a first down.
First down saves him from a 3 and out. A first down carry for Henry. And he's going to take this one up only to about the 44-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. On 2nd down, here's Henry. And he'll only get a yard, maybe 2, up to the 46.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
You better be afraid of me. Hey, check 24. Watch 24.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
And what would the dime look that time on defense? Just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And coming up on their 2nd drive of the game, had the touchdown last time out. Now they have the football back. Chance to really seize early momentum.
Feels to me like they had a really excellent week of practice and it all came together. But I'll bet you it got galvanized in the locker room and pregame. Somehow I think the head coach, his oratorical skills were on point.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Pollard. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a 3rd and about 4 more for a first.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on 3rd down.
No.
Get that ball. Mike 1. Let's go, D. Trot. Let's go. Travel. Go. We got it.
Hike. I'm putting him in pass block, bro. I should be able to move him over.
Of course, and that
That's
moves
so
him back
bullshit,
5.
dude. I put him in pass block, but he's automatically moving out to the outside and going into smoke. Why?
Instead of a 3rd and 4, now they have to manage a 3rd and 9 after the delay of game.
Check.
He'll drop to throw. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. A good return there, 17 yards. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. The crowd maybe losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
He's going to float this one deep right side. That's caught at the 25.
I don't understand how that fucking beat him anyways, dude.
Josh Gordon,
he's the only one running on offside, dude. Like, that shit's so
guys
OP.
are on the board here in this first quarter. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once
GG,
he took off,
which is where you come back alive.
that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. On 2nd down now, Pollard. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. He's after one. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll go with Pollard here on 1st down. Big Geno Atkins there to bring him down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Turn up. Kill.
Run for Pollard. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go. But you talked about the need for them to establish the run early. They've been able to do that here in the first half.
And that means that the whole offense has adopted that attitude and that persona. We're going to take care of this young quarterback. Let's all get together and run it and take the pressure off.
Throw it! I'm already fucking pressing it!
To escape, and he goes down.
As soon as he caught the ball, bro, I was pressing R1.
To drop him.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week.
Here comes Madden giving me the fucking game again, bro. Congratulations.
Really
Good game.
I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
Good open field tackling there. A 50-yard punt followed by just a 1-yard return. And it'll be Seahawk football as they take over deep in their own territory. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, See if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the
I can't
last time.
fucking...
I mean, that's what you work
It
on
wouldn't let me
to make
fucking
sure
move.
that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
It's a gain of 15, first down Seahawks.
Check, 55 to mine. Check, 55. Got it. 6-man. Okay. Check, girls, check, girls. Check. SOS. Hey, hero, good.
On first down, it's Henry. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 10 yards and a Seattle first down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Derrick Henry. And the hole closes quickly. He gets it across the 35 to the 36-yard line. Jalen Smith, the Notre Dame man, in on the tackle. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Now it's Henry. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about... the 37.
God damn it, dude.
On the tackle. It's a gain of a yard. And it's 3rd down.
I spy a couple of extra defensive backs on the field for Dallas.
Cowboys in the dime on 3rd.
Undercut. One back. Whip. Watch the whip. Gun.
From the gun, it's Wilson. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Jalen Smith. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah,
Right, bro.
versatility and
Why did my
showing those
fucking fullback
hands.
run all the way back across
And
the
they go
fucking field?
backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that
They're
means they
going
probably want to run
upfield
it
so I
inside.
can go up, dude.
If you get strung out on
Motherfucker
the
runs
perimeter,
back across my body.
you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 14 yards, good for a Cowboy first down. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
They're going to look to throw. It's caught by Coleman. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
I know we just saw a nice throwing catch, but how about the big guys up front buying that time? Yeah, that's exactly what they did. They created time and allowed the space to happen, and it turned into a really nice play.
Don't get nervous. Mike 9.
They'll look to throw here on first down. He rifles one that's
So he follows the
intercepted.
inside guy, but it's my
Shaquille
fault.
Griffin with a pick.
He follows the inside
He's
guy,
got
but it's
the
my
lane,
fault
and
that that's
there
picked
he
off there. I don't
goes.
understand that.
And he will take this
Don't
one
press pause, unpause again, bro. Let me fix my fucking team real quick.
home. It's a touchdown.
Touchdown. You got juice, son. He took you to school.
The extra point now coming from Myers. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game.
Next to score, Seahawks 14, Cowboys 7.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
Let's go.
They're on 35-yard line.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And last time, decent field position through the pick six. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Mike's 54. Mike's 54. You gonna see me in your nightmares, son. You gonna see me in your nightmares.
2nd and 9 now. Quick hitter here, it's complete. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice...
And he fires one that's intercepted.
Of course. Yeah, everything's going your fucking way this time.
Second interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on, his teammates going to check on it, because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen. And now the drive starts with a completion out to the right. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. Second and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. A shotgun handoff to Henry. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop him with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
Check. Let's go. 4 down. Motion to the back.
3rd and 2. Now Wilson. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 42. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. This defense had 3 interceptions last week. They're on pace for more than that here. 2 in the first half.
Do not adjust your set. This is not instant replay. This is a defense that is locked in. They're essentially running the routes for the receivers and turning into the receivers themselves, aren't they? I mean, it is amazing what I'm seeing because the reactions of those guys back on the back 7, phenomenal.
Now Pollard, jumping over. Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
So we've come upon halftime with the visiting Seahawks. They're out in front. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports halftime report. Take it away, Coach.
I hate
Seahawks
dude.
with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ballgame.
Oh my fucking God, dude. Whatever, bro.
The 30. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle.
My cornerback don't even follow him. And a man covered.
With touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
Myers connects on the PAT, and it's now 21-7. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Going to run again here with Pollard. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turning around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge? Whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end in the direction they want to run the football. If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a gain. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
He'll wind up getting 2 there as he does it himself and picks up the first. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now a shotgun handoff to Pollard. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
2nd and 6. Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side.
Oh, yeah. But when he does it, it's a fucking touchdown, bro.
Picks it, and a big
There's a fucking secret to this shit, man. There ain't no, you can't even fucking lie to me.
Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start
I guess he just has the best offensive line in the game, bro.
The carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
All they do
After
is
the
fucking
pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. 10th carry now for Derrick Henry. And a short pickup here as he'll get across the 10 to the 11-yard line. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves him with a 3rd and 3.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
14. Bring out. Check. Rush in. Check 6 guys.
Wilson now to throw on 3rd down. He'll buy some time right, and that will be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Take it at the 37. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Cowboys are going to take over in great position here with a 1st and 10.
Here we go, D. All day. Defense, all day. All day. Check.
They'll run on 1st down.
But of course.
And running room scarce
Everyone
here.
said
He's
the
going to be
block.
stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd
He
down.
runs the same fucking coverages all game.
Officially
same
nothing
5.
on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Here's Pollard again.
Look at that fucking hole.
Picks up about
But it
6
closes
as he
because
gets
Williams
this down
don't
to the
get to the fucking
41.
block.
And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now back to throw. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 24 yards. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme arrogance with you and continue to fire the ball. I've seen guys have games like this, and this is where you find out if you're great or not. Can you overcome some interceptions and still lead your team to victory?
The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. That 1st down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Here's a 2nd and 7. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. Keyshawn Johnson, his first touchdown on the year, as his guys are back within a single score. Extra point by Seibert up and good, and they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession, and that was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some 1st downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
Hey, 0, 0, 0. That's it. Watch the twist. Check got it. Switch.
They'll throw on 1st down with Wilson. He sets to fire deep. And this will be
See what I'm saying?
30.
I can't even fucking knock it away, but you can do it every fucking time.
48 yards.
But somehow it's my fault every time.
Has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10.
Alert. Joker. 14. You guys, listen. Go.
Wilson. Dancing to his left. And he's going to keep it here. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run.
Well, I never thought I'd say this, bro. You need that pocket is fucking locked.
Because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
Now it's Wilson. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Running from the gun with Henry. And he
Fuck out of here, bro. I really can't stand
Seattle.
this game, dude.
Derrick Henry with his second
My dudes have no
touchdown of the
closing
game,
speed.
number 8 on the season. And the Seahawks
They're like the
are able to
fast
stretch that
secondary.
lead out a bit further. Extra
For some
point up
reason,
and through by Myers. And the
they won't let me
decision to just kick
put
the extra
Gross
point
Matos
winds
in.
up successful.
Definitely better than fucking Randy Gary.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Big stop, G. Big stop. Let's go. Check.
They'll run with Pollard to begin the drive. And he's going to get about 7 yards on that one, up to around the 33. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. They'll keep it on the ground. Pollard. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Now, yes, a 2-possession game, but a good chunk of time on the clock, so they have the ability still there to run it on 2nd and short, but maybe they need to pick it up a bit.
You're right. They did pick up the first down there, but as you mentioned, they have to pick up the pace now because it's a 2-possession game. They've got to get there twice to make sure they have a chance to win.
That sends them 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
But that's pretty symptomatic about how things have gone here. That play was just shut down right from the start.
And not going to give them a lot of confidence to help turn things around. Here we go on 2nd and 12. It's complete to Hopkins. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
Here we go. Check the backer. Check the backer. Check. Check hot route. Hot.
Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
Check 26.
They'll run forward with Pollard, and he's got the first down yardage there as he takes it just across midfield. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Back to throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Michael Kendricks able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening. Looking to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And he is down deep into Seattle territory. It's a big play for the Cowboys on 3rd. 41 yards. He'll look to throw. And it'll be intercepted.
This is that shit I don't understand, bro. He does seems it works. I do seems they don't.
At his own 13-yard
I'm so
line.
over this shit, bro.
Well,
Like,
you just
for
got
real.
a feel for him right now. 4 interceptions, and you can almost see through his face mask. There's a lot going on in between the ears.
There certainly is, and probably way too much, because now he's probably doubting himself a little bit, wondering what adjustments he has to make. But here's what he needs to do. Get through this game, go to the press conference, meet it head on, and show your teammates you're ready to shoulder what happened today, and you'll be ready for the next game.
And if he can do that as a rookie, that's a great sign of maturity.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 14-yard line.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Hey, 0-0-0.
Again, it's Henry. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. The Seahawks on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10.
Alert. 25. Check. Crunch. Out. Go 14.
Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. The Seahawks on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10.
Under 10. Okay. All go special. Check. Fresno. Touch 50. Check 43. Quick dash. Come. Let's go double count right here. Jump punt.
From the gun, Wilson eluding the pressure right. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. They get 17 on that one. Move the chains. 1st down, Seahawks. Big hook up there. Forced to throw it on 3rd down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll try the right side with Henry. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that's going to make it 2nd and 14. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. Football as we march toward a conclusion. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. Throwing on 2nd and 14. Wilson. It's caught. Lockett. And some room to roam now. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Tyler Lockett, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. Starting to really smell a 4-0 start right now. You can't ask for a better first quarter of the season than that.
And you're not supposed to look ahead, but guess what?
You're going to?
They have to, because when you get to if you get to 4-0, you're not just thinking playoffs now. You're thinking about, okay, this team has the capabilities of winning a Super Bowl. They could very well be the best team in the NFL at this moment.
I think they played the best. I mean, there have been a few hiccups offensively and defensively, but probably the best team we've seen, right?
And has the ability to get better.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, dude.
I just want to put this one behind
Talon
them.
Smith can't push back dudes anymore, I guess.
There. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Taken down back at the 23-yard line.
And the Seahawks add a couple of extra DBs going with the dime look here.
Indeed, 6 on the field. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the first down at the 29. Back to throw here. This is Johnson. He's got it. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now, as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. This quarterback now 11 of 16 through the air. It's 1st and 10. They'll run with Pollard. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. The Cowboys signal for their 3rd and final timeout, as the clock will stop with 33 seconds remaining.
Stop your whining. Hey,
Second and 1. Got his man there, complete to Gallup. 14 yards, good for a Cowboy first down. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Bro, is that all you fucking run, bro? Is that fucking dime defense, dude?
Down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Ooh.
Johnson was the intended receiver, and that'll bring up 2nd down. So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. They'll run left with Pollard. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
Same play. So good.
And the offense not going anywhere. They're staying out there. They've converted once already on this drive. Here they go again on 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Escaping the pressure right. And this is dropped it incomplete. Well, there's a metaphor for how this one is gone, as time has run out on this ball game.